Is your underwater freestyle. Do a good job. Remember how I talked about in your above water, how those hands came apart? See right there?
Yeah.
Is that streamlined? Right here? Alright, we want to work on getting the head between both of your arms. Hands on top of one another. Alright, if we have good body position, we're going to go a lot faster in the water. Alright, another thing I want you to see is see how you dove in and then you kind of swoop to the surface like that? What we want you to do, we want you to enter the water. We want you to do those dolphin kicks and use those dolphin kicks to get you to the surface of the water instead of right here. We'll play it and we'll back it up. See how you pull yourself up to the water with your arm? We'll back it up again just so you can see it. One more time. See how deep you are? And you break streamline right here. And then you take a big stroke with this arm right here and pull yourself up to the surface of the water. You see that? So now if we use our dolphin kick to get up to the surface of the water, we can stay in streamline a little bit longer, which is the fastest part of your stroke, right? So we can cut off some time just by streamlining a little bit longer, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense? Got a good kick going. I think I want you to watch your kick right here. See how much bend you have in your knee right here? Alright? What we want it to be, we only want a little bit of bend. Alright? Remember, we want to kick from our hips. Alright? With a little bit of bend in our knee, and toes are pointed. So we could do a little bit better job with that. But I like how you keep your kick nice and consistent. Alright? Now when you come back, we can see a little bit more. Okay. Now when you enter, you can't really see it from this angle. But when I was watching you above water, I could see it. Your hands, when you enter the water, when you enter with your fingertips, you kind of come over, if you section your body in half, you come over that middle line of your body, okay? What you really want to do is get that arm out in front about where your shoulder is, in line with your shoulder, instead of coming and crossing over, okay? Because that slows us down a little bit. Okay, does that make sense? I do like you have a good head position right here. Eyes are down at the bottom of the pool. See that right there? Do a good job right there. And then remember how we talked about keeping that elbow nice and high when we enter? Right? See how your arm is back here like this? Right? What we want you to do is when you enter, we want you to enter out here a little bit more, and then we want you to anchor and bend right here. So enter out a little bit longer out here, keep the elbow high, and then pull in and finish.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, instead of kind of pulling back and down, we want to keep the elbow up high and then push the water towards our toes. So here is your above water freestyle. Do a good job getting off the block. I think, remember how important we talked about streamline? You can't really see it right there, but you'll probably be able to see it underwater a little bit better. But your hands kind of come apart a little bit. So remember, we want to talk about keeping our hands on top of one another and keeping them locked, just like this, okay? So we'll watch the rest. You do a good job, though, of coming to the surface. I really like where your head is right there. You see? It's hitting you right there, the middle of your head. Not at your cap line, but about in the middle of your head. If you were to slice your body in half, that's where we want the water to hit you. So that's good. We talked a lot about keeping our eyes down at the bottom of the pool, and right here it looks like you're doing a really good job of that. The one thing I think that we can work on, remember how we talked about rotating a little bit? I want you to watch. See how your butt is kind of waggling? We'll put it in fast motion. See how your butt is kind of waggling a little bit? what we want to do is when we swim, we want to focus on keeping our shoulders and hips rotating at the same time, okay? So if you were to put a steel pole down the middle of your body, you want to think about rotating just around that pole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can't really see it on this video, but when you enter the water right here, you actually come in front of your face. You cross that middle line, all right? And what happens is that slows you down a lot. So when you enter the water, we want you almost entering right out in front of your shoulder instead of across your body, okay? And then one more thing, remember how we talked about breathing, right?
Yeah, I know.
How many goggles do you see? 2. How many should we see?
1.
Yes. All right. You do a good job though of getting on your side. Remember how we worked on our side kicking today? All right. That's really going to help out with that freestyle and your backstroke. We'll work on tomorrow. But we'll be able to see a lot more when we go to your underwater view. All right. I like how you keep a nice consistent kick though. That's good. So let's go look at